What is in there, everybody? We're back here today for another Dokkan Battle video, and before we start this concept little thing that I've created on like a Word document for you guys to enjoy and just like sort of discuss and get you thinking, I just want to do this thing. It's very exciting. It's a pretty big milestone in Dokkan, especially for someone like me who plays Dokkan basically every day. Is if we just go in the news here. I think this is like for the first. I've been logged in like this whole time, so it won't pop up until I close news, I don't think. Hello? Does it not want to appear? Yeah, should we get my login here if it wants to work? Okay. So when I close this, you will see what I'm talking about. That is right, as you can see right there. That is the 1,000-day Goku that I'm getting today. Total logins 1,000 days. This is really, obviously, like I said before, a really big milestone. This is like 3 years of playing Dokkan. This is just a mobile game on your phone. You have to log in for 3 years. And another 3 years if you want to get the easy A, but that's probably going to be a whole nother story, obviously. But I'm just very excited. I wanted to share this with you guys. I thought it was pretty cool. And we'll just grab logins, and if we claim right here, we have 10 stones for 1,000. I also got 9 stones for 999, so that's very cool. And now I'm going to go feed the Goku dupes into the SA, and I'm joking. People I think actually have done that, which I feel very bad for, but I'm pretty sure that you do get get more dupes at 2,000 days. So if you accidentally feed them into the SA, don't worry, because you can get them at 2,000 days again, I think. So just open them up all the paths, and then we'll switch over to the other thing. I think I have to actually adjust my mic, so I'm sorry if this sounds really weird for a sec. And there you go. It was almost going down my throat. It just happens in my mic, because my mic's a headset, so I don't have a proper mic. So there we go. All the dupes filled in. I'm going to level him up and his super attack up later, obviously, as well. But I just quickly wanted to show that with you guys. And now I should be able to switch over. Sorry about that. We're back here again. I had a little issue there. I was just supposed to switch cleanly over, but I lost track on what scene I was on OBS, and just some normal recording issues. But we're back on this Word document that I was talking about before, and as you can see, I've created a concept for Dragon Ball, or Super Dragon Ball Heroes, Dragon Ball Super Heroes, whatever you want to call it, just Dragon Ball Heroes, because it's very rumored and very likely that in the next 2 or 3 weeks we should be getting the first Heroes big unit, either through Dokkan Fest LR or Dokkan Fest LR even, which I have made a concept for a Dokkan Fest LR, as you can see by the thing that says LR down there. And I'm hoping that it's a joint celebration, because if you guys don't know, the celebrations on Global and JP end around the same time, and there's nothing really that needs to be released on Global until that fits into the time slot, really, because we're gonna have 3 weeks of nothing on Global until the thank you celebration starts, and we can't get any other LRs because they're already in slotted specific time slots. So unless we got Frieza extremely early, the only other option is Global first, or Dragon Ball Super Heroes, and Dragon Ball Super Heroes always come, also Dragon Ball, I keep saying Dragon Ball Heroes instead of Dragon Ball Super Heroes. It's just like how the words are positioned up on like this top thing, on like the Word document's confusing me, but that usually happens around November, so the time slots kind of line up, and I think it's very likely that we're going to be seeing maybe a joint celebration for the first ever, pardon me, sorry, a little hiccup there, for the first ever Dokkan Fest LR Heroes unit. It's obviously going to be massive hype, and as you can see just from here, that I made a concept for a unit that is going to be introducing multiple new mechanics, as well as also introducing Dragon Ball Super Heroes or Super Dragon Ball Heroes into the game as a really dominant LR. So here you can see we got the double Goku card. This specific fight or character that I've made here is from the recent episode of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, which is from when they were in when back to Hell, when Janemba got resurrected as, I think it's Super Janemba, or is it not Super Janemba, Super Black Janemba or Black Super Janemba, or something like that. But it's like a evolved version of Super Janemba, and both the Gokus and both the Vegetas sort of tag team in and out and do this cool some cool fights and explosions and key attacks and stuff. So the LR I've made here is sort of based around that, because I feel like they're going to make it something new and relevant to the series, and that is just like recently released that people can get sort of an anime comparison to, as well as It's probably not going to be something that's already in the game just to bring more hype. Also, I know some of you are saying, why haven't we gone Gogeta or UI Goku or something like that? It's way more hype. But I think we're getting one of those 2 units next year for Dokkan Fest LRs. So the likeliness of them releasing 2 LR Dokkan Fest UI Gokus in the matter of months, same with Gogeta, I think is very unlikely. So I wanted to make it so it's a card that actually seems realistic. Plus, there is some fusion related stuff we'll look at later on the card that does involve some crazy, really hype stuff. So don't count them out yet, just because I have not put them in the initial card. But as you can see here, let's just get started on the actual kit. I have made them super int. I just feel like they haven't got a LR in a while. I think LR God Goku is the last one for Super Int, and still it's probably the most, I would say the worst super typing is Super Int. Between that and Super Physical, but they just got Vegeta, so I don't think we're going to get another Super Physical LR, and obviously they can't be Extreme. And so I think the most likely option is either AG or Int, so I went for Int. So as you can see, the strongest Saiyans unite, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, wait, that's right, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Xeno, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, just from the canon, I guess. It's not really canon, but it's just like from this Dragon Ball Super sort of storyline character. But their leader skill is Dragon Ball Heroes category, Ki +4 attack and defense, HP attack and defense +170. So that's like one of the maximum best leader skills you can get, besides 177 to all the stats. So near to it, basically the best leader skill in the game for a category. I just think this is I did this mainly because Dragon Ball Super Heroes, or Dragon Ball Heroes category, sorry, isn't the most prevalent in terms of units on it, and they're all from all these different areas, and they don't really link up too well. Like you have Kid Boos and Janembas, and like it's a mishmash of characters. It's like having a Majin Buu saga or something like that, where it has characters from all different types of like backstories and like links and stuff, and it literally can be any character ever in Dragon Ball, but messed around a bit in Dragon Ball Heroes. So I feel like they need that key to work well together, and also the attack and defense boosters to incentivize you using more of those units on the team, because they're not Dokkan Fest exclusives on there at the moment, just banner units, so they're not going to be looking too great on like a 150 leader skill or something like that. So increasing it to a full 170 across the board will make the banner units that are on those heroes banners look even more impressive. So I think that is the reason why I sort of did that, is to make the Dragon Ball Heroes units live up to the standards of other category units. Also, full power category Ki +4, HP attack and defense +150%. This card, exactly like right here, isn't obviously full power for Goku and Goku right here, but you'll see later on why I put full power is their other category lead, in terms of like why the card sort of is full power. And then you also sort of realize that full power doesn't actually have an LR leader. There's Fizz Broly and Tech Super Saiyan for full power Goku, or Super Full Power Saiyan 4, however the stupid wording is for it. Goku and Fizz Broly, I think he came out like closing in on 2.5 years now, so, or 1.5 years, something like that. But he is old. He is not new, and he is not the best defensively or even offensively. He's a pretty good leader, obviously, because he does have movie bosses as well. But I feel like we do need an updated leader skill for both those categories. And I could actually see Black Janemba, or whatever his name is, or Janemba Black, be a new movie bosses lead, or a form of movie boss sort of support, maybe, in the future in terms of Dragon Ball Heroes characters. So also I gave them Ki +4 because the same reason of Dragon Ball Heroes, they're sort of lackluster in terms of what sort of units are on there with Saiyans and Freezers and all these weird wonky characters that I think a bigger Ki boost would help them function like well in terms of getting super attacks off and stuff of that sort. So onto their 12 Ki. Obviously, the most hype parts of the character is looking at the super attack, because if like they don't have a good super attack, why do you even use them, really? Because that's my main problem with the Super Saiyan 4s, is just like I like them in the terms of their kits, but who wants to just see that punchy to come out? Nobody wants to see that as that big unit on their team. You want to have something really hype. So obviously animations will probably be really good, probably from some sort of scene out of the promotional anime. because Goku and Goku did actually fight together and against each other in the first season of Super Dragon Ball Heroes promotional anime, so they can use some attacks from that as well, and just from their individual battles and stuff during the canon anime, as well as just GT and stuff like that, and mix and match to make it look really good and fluent. And as you can see, it's 12 keys. Goku's Assault, obviously, because it's Goku and Goku's. There's two Gokus, but it's Goku's Assault because he's the one doing the assault. But there's also Goku's because there's multiple Gokus, and this stacks defense infinitely, which obviously makes the card very good. But you can't do it for too long, just like the blue fusions that will only be able to be used for a few turns before they transform, because they do not well, I do actually have an active skill. Never mind. Don't mind what I was just saying then. But it's not a guaranteed stack where you can do it and just be confident not to transform them, because they do have some interesting things about them that I'll touch on later. But you understand what I'm saying in a bit. So the 18k is the God Kamehameha times 10, which is obviously Goku when he does the Kamehameha in blue. They usually call it the God Kamehameha, mixed with Super Saiyan 4 Kamehameha, which is usually the times 10, to make the God Kamehameha times 10. Obviously putting them on the Kamehameha category, even though I'm saying Kamehameha a lot, but obviously it's a very good team. And I think they'll be really good there in terms of just a behemoth unit. Because even though I feel like that unit needs support, that team, needs support, I don't think they're going to drop a supporting unit for their first ever hype, big time LR Dokkan Fest for this amazing character that I've created here, or they will create, whatever they do. But I just don't see it being a supporting role unless it's for Dragon Ball Superheroes, the Super Dragon Ball Heroes, the Dragon Ball Heroes category. I don't see it being for Kamehameha or anything like that. So that also greatly raises the attack for 6 turns, and obviously causes colossal damage to a singular target. Obviously, as you can see here, the 12k is more defensive, 18k is more offensive. That's what I like about, well, that's why I prefer in units, having their 12k do less damage, but obviously you're building up the defense. The 18k giving you the damage modifier, as well as having the mega colossal damage modifier just to do a bunch of damage. So you can choose your play style in that regard. I know the sizes are a bit off here, but the passive starts here, I guess. We're the Saiyans from Earth. Obviously, Goku loves saying I'm the Saiyan from Earth, so we are the Saiyans from Earth because there's 2 of them. When attacking the first slot, they get defense plus 159% and reduced damage received by 59%. So what I want to do in these guys' kits is basically make it so Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or the Xeno Goku, is he seems like a responsible grown-up adult who actually understands combat and stuff outside of combat, and he seems way more intelligent than the sort of clumsy Goku we're used to in the canon series. So I wanted to make him sort of like the strategic sort of character that is more defensive, while the canon Goku, or the blue Goku, or the God Goku, whatever you want to say, he's the one that's sort of I want to go all out and test my strength, and so he's the more offensive one and has a bit more risk to him, while the Super Saiyan 4 Goku is more safe, because I feel like that's sort of tied to their character in that way. But so in slot 1, get defense and damage reduction. You're basically not being taking any, especially if you're stacking the defense with the 12 key. But in slot 2, you get attack plus 159%. Obviously, the reason I'm doing 59% is Goku number is 59%. And a high chance of 8 enemy attacks, 59%. So you'll basically have a much higher attack stat in slot 2, but you don't have that guaranteed defense, because even though a high 59% is a decently high chance, it's not guaranteed. So you could get super attacked for hundreds of thousands of damage and even potentially lose something, and especially in something like Super Battle Road. So it's a high risk, high reward playstyle in slot 2, and then when attacking in slot 3, you get a even boost of attack and defense, sort of like how the blue fusions get a really good boost in slot 3, but obviously you're rotating them off, so you won't get them back next turn. So you sort of get a better boost, but you're losing the ability to continually use them consistently for the rotation. But they also as well perform an additional attack in slot 3, which is a high chance, 59%. Obviously, 59%. or 59 to become a super attack. So that also raise their defense because it will be a 12 key. So I feel like putting them in the last slot is a very safe decision if you're playing a more difficult mode, because you can get the defense raises, guaranteed attack, guaranteed defense. Very safe way to play it, but also a little bit risky as well, the attack as well as the chance to become a super attack thing as well. Sort of a mix of the safe Super Saiyan 4 and the risky Super Saiyan Blue. And then they also had need key, so I did key +1 for every attack performed up to 9. But obviously they do get an additional attack guaranteed every turn, so you're going to be getting at least key +2 if they're getting both attacks off, with the hidden potential system potentially going off, activating a third most of the time if you have dupes. So that could be getting up to 3 key a turn, so it's not going to be too hard to get up to that area. So the categories for this unit is Goku's family, obviously, because they're both Goku. Kamehameha, because they did the Kamehameha. Time Travelers, because all Dragon Ball Heroes units are on Time Travelers. Dragon Ball Heroes, obviously. Full Power, which is another thing they lead. Pure Saiyans, because they're both Pure Saiyans. Potara and Fusion. Realm of Gods, because of Blue Goku, and Final Trump card because of the Potara and Fusion. So, as you can see there, Potara and Fusion in one card, you might be thinking, how is that going to work? But you guys will see here in a second. So Link's prepared for battle, Kamehameha, Super Saiyan, Fierce Battle, Warrior Gods, Saiyan Raw, so, and Legendary Power, obviously, because they're an LR. But obviously you have Warrior Gods here for Blue Goku and Saiyan Raw because Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And you'll see what happens to those links in a bit. So as you can see, the exchange condition goes into, these are like the super attacks basically here, because I don't think I need to show the card, like just chilling, like the two characters. So this is the 12k animation that I have here, being the Gallic Gun Kamehameha, which I've been looking for forever from a blue Goku and Vegeta from the Broly movie. And right here, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegeta, and he has like this awesome looking orange and like brown gi on. And as you can see, the exchange. This is for the previous guy, by the way. This info right here, I just had to cut it off here, so it was kind of annoying. But if he goes below 50% HP, he exchanges immediately, just like Cell. He goes, turn, like as soon as he goes below 50%, bam, you don't get any choice. Exchange into Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, or Blue Goku and Vegeta. And if your HP is above 50% after 5 turns, so this is a more of a long event focused one, you go into both SSJ4 Goku and Vegeta Xenos. And the reason I did this is because I wanted them to be able to be utilized in long and short events. So obviously in short events, you're going to be dropping below that 50% more regularly, being easier to get them and not being able to get to 5 turns as frequently as you would be in a long event. So I've sort of built their transform exchange sort of things based on that info around which sort of modes you're going to be getting them in most of the time. So Goku and Vegeta, the short event built ones that I made here, their 12k is Gallic Gun, Kamehameha. Greatly raised defense for 9 turns. Obviously, like I said before, I want the 12Ks to be sort of defensive, but it also does mega colossal damage to all enemies. So you're not getting an attack boost on this one, so you're not getting super duper high attack, but you're still getting a mega colossal damage on the fire, so you're still going to be hitting like 3 or 4 million. This could be happen on turn 2 for them if you drop below 50% HP in turn 1, and they're also greatly raising their defense, and it attacks ult. So obviously, in those shorter events, you do want to be attacking ult. And I know this sounds really crazy, but think about sort of how the power creep has happened recently. And are you sure they want to release a super hype unit that isn't good? Like I feel like they'd have to make it really really good. So obviously, this super attack alone makes this unit great. Kaioken Blue Vegeta's Final Assault greatly raises the second defense for 6 turns, so it's a lower turn than the 9 for the defense raise, but that also adds the addition of the attack to make it do more damage. And this one causes mega colossal damage to a single enemy, but this one does have a high chance of stun, being 50%, so you can either use the 12 key to do guaranteed damage to all enemies. Jesus Christ, that was a voice crack. 12 key to do guaranteed damage to all enemies, or the 18 key to do guaranteed damage with a chance to stun, using a bit of a risk factor as well. And this is where the full power and final trump card part sort of comes into it, because he is using Kaioken in your super attacks, meaning that obviously that is a sort of like a full power move that Goku does use. so I wanted to put them on that because of the Kaioken. And as you can see later, the Kaioken's not done just yet, but Union of Rivals with Godly Power. So obviously Union of Rivals with Godly Power, since these guys are the ones with the God powers instead of the like Super Saiyan 4 8 powers. So instantly from the start of the turn, you go up to 12k. So you guarantee a super attack every turn, no matter what. And you get Ki plus 3 per STR and Fizz Ki Sphere obtained. So you get Ki plus 4 per STR or Fizz Ki Sphere obtained, which is nuts. But you also get Ki minus 1 per AGL and Tech. So you don't, it cancels out. So when you get AGL Tech Ki Spheres, it's like the same as getting a candy. You don't get any key at all whatsoever. But you don't lose any as well. So you just stay exactly at 12k, unless you pick up rainbows, obviously, which are still worth 1 in this guy's case. So the reason I want to do this is because I wanted to make it a choice. So you get to choose between guaranteed having the 12k every turn, so you don't need to collect orbs, and then have this defensive ability, or you can choose to get a bunch of key very easily and go straight for this more offensive ability. So you can kind of choose which route you want to go on with the key spheres, but obviously you can't. Sometimes the orbs might like mess you over and it might change some things up, but most of the time you're going to be able to select if you want to go for the 18k or the 12k depending on your scenario, which I think is pretty cool. And then obviously defense plus 222%. Obviously you want super high defense without any like unconditional in these shorter events, with a attack boost of 111, which is lower by a significant amount than the original Goku and Goku card, but I wanted to make it more for Super Battle Road, and they already have greatly raising on super attack, so I just spoiled something there. I shouldn't have done that, but I think this is really cool at the moment. What I've done here, and I enjoyed it a lot. And obviously, if you guys have your own like card concepts, definitely let me know and like send me a link or whatever. He also has a high chance to evade enemy attacks, 50%, so you have that more defensive ability, and he guaranteed performs 2 additional attacks that have a medium chance to become a super attack, which is only 30%, but still with hidden potential. That's if you have a few dupes, like I said before, that's likely 4 attacks, and all of them could be a super attack. So you could get 4 super attacks, which all greatly raise your defense and do damage to all enemies. You could probably one-shot a Super Battle Road thing with this character if you got lucky. He also guards against all attacks when focusing around gods, because most units these days have a special ability that can only be activated when versing a certain type of enemies or with a certain ally on rotation, so I wanted to add that in, just a little bonus. So obviously you can see most of this guy's passive is based on defense, with very few attack buffs with this 111, which isn't very high, but still was really good for an LR, and his other attack buff coming from his passive. So most of the other stuff though is based on getting him that more defense with the 12k. So that's what I want to base him on. Also, because he's not Super Saiyan 4 anymore, the Saiyan rule goes to Fuse Fighter because they are fused now to help him on the teams like Portara and Fusion and Final Trump Card and whatever. And the next unit is obviously Super Saiyan 4 Goku Xeno and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Xeno, which is the one you get on 5 turns above 50% for the long events. So here you can see Goku and Vegeta, their 12k that I've decided them to have, as well as their 18k. So their 12k is the dual Dragon Fist from the recent episodes, like I said before, and the infinitely stacks attack and defense. So it doesn't greatly raise like Vegeta, or not Vegeta, but the blue guys do, but it does do it infinitely. So these guys is obviously optimal to have it greatly raise for a shorter amount of time and shorter events, while in this one you want to have it to be raising infinitely for the longer events. So and sort of fits into what they want to do, and it also causes mega colossal damage instantly straight off the bat on the 12k, like full power Fraser and other and Majin Vegeta, who also do that on the 12k. But on his 18k is Kaioken Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So Kaioken is appearing once again, because the Kaioken fusions are really cool, and I wanted to represent 2 of them, as well as representing like the GT side of things, as well as the Super side of things in this card, to make it a super inclusive, all you could basically want from a Heroes card as this like first initial drop. So his 18k is a supporting ability that sort of raises allies' attack by 50%, so great raise for 1 turn. I didn't write that there. That seems way better than it actually is because of how I worded it. But he greatly raises allies' attack by 50% for 1 turn, and then he steals enemy super attack for that guarantee no super attacking. I don't know what other word to use, but just so they don't super attack you, I guess. And it causes mega colossal damage. Obviously, I don't think these guys' super attacks are as good as the Vegetos, but they definitely are better for the longer events, I think, and are more team friendly to help everybody get through the event than just like focus on me surviving, like the Vegeto is. And the passive is Union of Rivals with Furious Power, so it's obviously like the other one was named Union of Rivals with Godly, but this is a Union of the Furious because they have Super Saiyan 4. Instantly go up to 12k like the other card, but instead of getting +3 for SDR and Fizz, these guys get K +3 for AGO and Tech, and then the opposite with the K -1 for SDR and Fizz. These guys get a more even attack and defense boost instead of full on defense or full on and low attack like the Vegeta does. And then he also reduced damage set by 30%, which is a decent amount, just like how the other guys had a 30% chance to do another super attack, and has a higher chance to perform a critical 50%. The other guys had a higher chance to dodge of 50%. So this guy's more damage oriented with the higher attack buff. Obviously, the critical hit chance, as well as the great raise on attack and the infinite stack. And this guy can also be super effective against all types when facing a time travelers, because these guys are on the time patrol, so I thought it makes sense. And their links go from the original Goku card from Warrior Gods to Fuse Fighter, because there's no gods anymore, just like how there was no Super Saiyan Force and Vegito. So they goes to Fuse Fighter as well to link better on the Fusion and Potara and the Final Trump Card teams. So I'd really had fun in making this card because it's something a bit different and a bit wacky, with the first ever card that has like optional transformation routes. And I think it was really cool, and I recommend you guys trying this out. It's like sitting in bed, getting your phone, like, I just want to make a cool card concept and talk about it, or even just like keep it to yourself and be like, oh, I kind of predicted that. But definitely, guys, if you did enjoy, like the video and subscribe. See ya in the next one. Peace.